Good afternoon, my name is Logan Heffernan, and I'm going to explain how technology has been making us smarter. So, for starters, I know that there are other colleges that do this, but I'm just going to use Florida Poly because it's the college that I can use easiest. Florida Poly has a digital library where you can have access to thousands of learning materials after just clicking one link. And it also allows, should a student want to, it allows students to be able to teach themselves subjects if they decide that they want to, which means that they can already have different knowledge, more knowledge, better knowledge about either their subject or a different subject. So there's a man named Raymond Cattell who made his own model for IQ in the 1940s that had two different types of intelligences. One was fluid intelligence, which is our ability to obtain and process information, and the other one was crystallized intelligence, which is the knowledge that we already know. So, over the course of the past several decades, our overall fluid intelligence has been increasing due to technology use, which has been called the Flynn effect. And while our crystallized intelligence hasn't been decreasing nor increasing, it has changed from we know what the thing is to we know how to find what we don't know. So we know how to use Bing, Google, whatever search engine you want to use to find information for something we don't know, which is different than, say, having already known the information, but it's still knowledge nonetheless. And ever since people have been farming, people have been making various specialized types of knowledge. So those of us who go to college, again, I will use Florida Poly. Those of us who go to Florida Poly, we're getting various STEM-related specialized knowledge, while someone who goes to a job straight out of high school is not going to have that specialized knowledge. This specialized knowledge makes us really good in our STEM-related fields, but very lacking when it comes to, say, first aid. This gap in knowledge because of specialization was brought up in Adam Smith's 1776 work, Wealth of Nations. And recently we've been using technology to help counter that issue, because we now have any field that we want of information right at our fingertips. So in the case of us being really good in our STEM stuff but lacking in first aid, if we need to learn how to do something for first aid, we just search it up and we have our answer. Now, this has led to it has led to us being more dependent on our technology than we've ever been before. But we've also managed to do more than we ever did before because of technology. So it's making us smarter and more productive. Now, there are some people that will say that our increased use of social media and things like that has been making us less social when it comes to face-to-face. But according to studies conducted by the Pew Research Center, some of the most prolific social media users also tend to have the most face-to-face contact with their friends. So it's not that we're being less social in person, it's just that we're choosing to socialize more online, especially now, given COVID and the fact that no one's able to leave their homes. But COVID aside, we're sitting there and we're communicating over social media more than we are anything else. Now, technology has also led to information becoming democratized, which means that it's becoming more available to more people. So there are people in countries that without technology would not know a lot of the information that they do know because of technology. So this is allowing a more widespread knowledge, which overall increases the knowledge of human society as a whole. But the spreading of knowledge is flawed because there's this echo chamber effect where we will only hear on our Facebooks, our Twitters, our Instagrams, etc., that we will only hear opinions that align with ours based on what we've liked, what we've searched, what we've posted, and the list goes on. But there are some people that this does not apply to due to either them liking, posting, searching things that align with their ideals and things that oppose their ideals, or because there are people that are just sitting there and realizing that this is happening and are actively trying to expand their horizon. Now, according to a 2013 UN study, out of 7 billion people in the world, 6 billion of them had access to a cell phone of some variety. And lately, cell phones have been the most prolific way that people have been getting expanded information, access to the internet, things like that. According to a Pew Research study, as of June 12, 2019, 96% of Americans owned some sort of cell phone, and 81% owned specifically a smartphone. So cell phones of any variety, thus technology, is very prolific in the US, in countries of similar development to the US, and it's even prolific in countries that are less developed than the US. So technology has been able to bring us together a little bit. It's been able to give us more information than we could have had without it. And it's allowed us to adapt to progress, because progress will keep going forward. So I hope that I was able to provide some perspective on this, and maybe you'll be able to form your own opinion given the information I've given you.